Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, what I'm going to do, don't worry about the screen is black because we're going to introduce the Mudbox. I want to start from the scratch. Let me to start the Mudbox. The Mudbox is fantastic software, guys. You can download the Mudbox from the Autodesk account that you have created with them, and it is free. That's really good. It's good to texture painting and add the fine detail into your 3D mesh, and then after that you can extract all those maps and you can assemble the map in the 3DX Max. You can extract normal map, color map, specular map, all sort of map. Okay, it's really good at do the texture painting, and it's good at or as well as it's good at adding the high detail into your model. Digital sculpting and texture painting, in other words. Okay, when you launch the Mudbox, you will it will pop up something like this. Press OK. Then you can select any of the model from that model list. There are some default models. This is one of the default model came up with the Mudbox. Okay. Let me to you can get any other meshes under the create mesh. See, these are all the default mesh available for you to play around. Press the basic head, it will pop. Okay, it's pop up in here under the, I'm going to delete one mesh. Here we go. To navigate around the Mudbox is hold down the Alt key. It's similar to Maya. Hold down the Alt key with the middle mouse button. You can pan. Then hold down the Alt key. Alt key won't change. And the left mouse button you can rotate orbit. Hold down the Alt key with the right mouse button. You can zoom in and out. Okay. And there are two panels. This is the layers. And when we working on the layers, you should go there. In a minute, I'll show you what are the layers are. You can create the layers. It's like a Photoshop. You can create the sculpt layer. You can create the paint layer. There are two modes. This is the sculpt mode, and this is the paint mode. Okay. With the sculpt mode, we can change the. We can add the high detail. We can sculpt. We can digitally sculpt your model. And with the paint detail, you can where you can do the colors, where you can apply the colors. And the object list, whatever inside the this 3D viewport, you can see in here. This is a scene. This is a default material. There are 4 views, and there are 1 light. And this is my model. Once you click it, it will get it will be yellow because it's saying it's selected. To deselect, click top of the model and hold down your mouse key and deselect your model. At the moment, I go see basic head. You can expand your model, and you can see I'm at level 0. I got 2002 polygon faces. Okay, you can keep adding the polygon level as you doing the detailing, as you doing the sculpting. Okay, I'll show you what that means. These are the viewport filter. Okay, I'll show what are these in a minute. Just put it into the layers. So put it into the object list. Make sure. Okay, now go back to the layers. Make sure you in the sculpt mode, because I want to sculpt, and in here, in the down, make sure you in the sculpt tool. There are sculpt tool, paint tools. Okay. First, I'll introduce the sculpting tools. What are the sculpting tools? I'll introduce few. Then you can play around. Sculpt. If I try to sculpt right now, see, I double click. Then these are all the brushes. These are sculpting brushes, guys. If I try to sculpt, it's it's not smooth because I press the W. if you press the W, you should able to see the wireframe. Let me see what's happening. Somehow my wireframe not. If you press the W key, you should be able to see the wireframe. Okay, somehow it's not popping up in my screen. This could be due to the my screen capturing software that I'm running behind. Anyway, because at the moment I got only 2000 polygons, therefore that's why it is not that smooth. I'll go back. I can add the subdivision level. If you go, what you could do to add the subdivision level, Shift D. See, as you add in the subdivision level, you can see now level 1 I got 8000 polygon, and you can see it from here. See, 8000 polygon. Now you can see the wireframe mode. Press the W key, you can see the wireframe mode. See, level 1 I got the 8000 polygon. Now if I try to sculpt, now it's much better. I'm going to add, if I want to add another subdivision level, Shift D. Now my second subdivision level I got 32,000 polygon. You can see it from here. That's why it's a bit smooth now. See this one, see this, when I try to sculpt, it's got some, within my stroke, it's got some lines. That's because my sculpt tool, I have attached this stamp. See, use this stamp. That's why. If I turn that one off, I can get the smoother lines by adding the subdivision levels. Okay. See, now I get the smoother line. The stamp is kind of like this. You can see in here, these are the stamps. Okay, you can use any of these stamps. You can get any of these stamps onto your brush tip. That's what's all about. So I can get these. But for the initial start, you don't need to have any of these stamps. But if you need, you can have it. But first, we want to get the shape done. Therefore, you don't need to have those tips on your brush tip. Once you get your shape done, you can add the high detail with these stamps. The texturing detail. There are so many stamps. If you create in the creature, you can get the like high skin detail with those stamps. Okay, we can explore them a little bit later. And also, if you want to change the size of brush, this way you can change. Dragging this slider, you can change the brush size, and you can change the strength of the brush over here. Also, if you hold down the if you hold down the B key, you can change the size of the brush. If you hold down the M key, you can change the strength of the brush. You can see this little spiky going up as I hold down the M key and drag in my mouse or pen to going up. And if you want to mirror, if you want to happen when you're sculpting, I want to activate the mirror. Then whatever I do this side, symmetrical mirror, whatever I do this side, I want it to reflect on other side as well. Then make sure you select the brush. See mirror, at the moment it's turn off. Make sure mirror X is turned on. You can select any of these axes. Okay, as you selecting, you can see this grid plane coming on. I select the X, then you can sculpt. That's how you activate the mirror. And what else I should be showing? Okay, that's about. Okay, I'll show you how to sculpt with layers. The advantage of sculpting with the layers, anytime it's if you have worked in the Photoshop, you know how layers work. Anytime you can turn off and turn on the layers, and also you can add different effects, and you can increase and decrease the opacity. you can do same thing in here. That's fantastic tool. See, top right hand corner, click that one layer, then I'm going to add the layer. Okay, similarly you can try any of these sculpting brushes, guys. Okay, what the wax brush is doing, check it out. These awesome brushes, what the knife brush is doing. Turn off the use stamp. Okay. And also before that, actually before okay, let me just introduce the layers. I create one layer by, let me delete this one, new layer. Okay, that's the one. Then I can work on the layers. As you hold down the shift key, you can smooth your sculpt as well. Okay, then see this layer, I can reduce the opacity. As I reducing my opacity, my whatever inside that layer is going to disappear. Okay. And you can turn on and turn off the layers. And also you can change in here, these are the stencils. Let me show what are the stamp is doing, how the stamp is work. You can select any of these stamp and you can activate this stamp onto your brush tip. Okay, that's what all about the stamp. I talked that one briefly. And the stencils, you can activate these stencils and you can sculpt through the stencils. Hold down the S key and with the middle mouse button you can move. Hold down, it's all over there. Okay, hold down S key and right mouse button you can zoom in and out. Hold down the S key and the left mouse button you can rotate the stamp. Okay. If you want to hide the stamp, press the Q key. And you can try all these brushes. Then I introduce the layers. You can add as much as layers you want to, and if you want to delete the layers, this is the one, you can delete them. And this one, follow. These are the behavior of the brush. There are different tip behavior of the brush. If I draw a line with this one, it's a spiky. Okay, let me turn off the stamp. Okay, select this one. See, it's a I get this kind of brush. The behavior, if I do this like this, and this in here, this is the way your brush tip is going to hit. If I click this, it would be much smoother. See, this to this is a smoother top, this is the sharper. This could be flat. See? Okay, I think that's all about this video. Next video I'll show you how to add the painting in the Mudbox. This really simple software, guys. One of the easiest one and the really effective one. A lot of people use this software, use the Mudbox to add the high detail and texture painting. Yes, I'll show a lot of techniques and tips as we move on. I'm going to stop this video right now. Let's see you guys